My wife thinks our story is so cute, but I've never told her the true story of how we met. She tells it at dinner parties. She told it at our wedding. She even told it to our couples therapist once, as an example of how we were meant to be. Every single time, I sit there smiling, nodding, holding her hand, and saying nothing. Because the real version of that story would end the dinner party. It would probably end a few things. So here's what she knows. We met at church, started seeing each other around the neighborhood, walked our dogs at the same park a few times, realized we lived close, started hanging out, fell in love, simple, sweet, the kind of meet cute that belongs in a movie. Here's what actually happened. I moved to a new city for work, didn't know a single person. I'm introverted by nature, so making friends wasn't exactly moving fast, and dating felt impossible. After about 6 weeks of going absolutely nowhere socially, I caved and downloaded a dating app just to try it. I told myself I'd give it a month. I set my filters tight. Age range, distance, a few other things I won't get into. The pool was small, which was fine. I wasn't looking for options. I was looking for one person worth talking to. About 3 weeks in, I'm scrolling late on a Tuesday night and her profile comes up. I stopped scrolling. She was exactly the kind of person I'd been hoping existed in this city. Her photos were natural, not posed. Her bio was funny without trying too hard. She listed specific books, a specific hiking trail, a specific coffee shop she went to every Saturday. She wasn't performing. She was just herself. And something about that stopped me cold. I almost messaged her right there. Had the opener typed out and everything. But then I checked her location and realized she was in the same part of the city as me. And something in my brain shifted. Messaging someone online who lives 4 miles away felt like the wrong move. Not because it's weird, people do it all the time, but because I had this specific, stubborn feeling that if I showed up in her life in person, it would mean more to both of us. So I closed the app, and then I went to Instagram. I'm not proud of this part, but I'm also not going to dress it up. I searched her first name and the city. She had a public account. I went through it slowly, not to be invasive. I want to be clear, I wasn't cataloging her life. I was just looking for one thing, where she spent her time, what her world actually looked like outside of a curated profile. About 12 posts down, she tagged a church, commented on a community event there. Nothing big, just a casual tag like she'd been going for years. That Sunday, I went to that church. I want to point out that I'm not a religious person. I was raised loosely. I have no strong feelings either way, and I had not been inside a church in probably 6 years. But I walked in that morning in a collared shirt I'd ironed the night before, sat near the middle, and waited. She was one of the first people to come say hello when the service ended. That's just who she is. She does that for every new face. She introduced herself, asked how I'd heard about the place, and we talked for maybe 4 minutes before someone pulled her away. 4 minutes. But I knew. Over the next few weeks, I kept showing up. We'd talk after service, a little longer each time, but I couldn't figure out how to get from church acquaintance to something real. Every conversation ended naturally, and I'd drive home frustrated, trying to figure out my next move. Then one Saturday, I'm pulling out of my neighborhood, and a man on a bike crosses in front of my car. I recognized him immediately. He attended the same church, always sat 3 rows ahead of me, always talked to her after the service. Her dad. He was clearly just out for a casual ride. Moving slow, no rush, which meant he didn't live far. I went home and pulled up the county property records, public information, typed in his name, which I'd heard her use once, and got a result in under 2 minutes. He lived on the next block, which meant there was a very good chance she did too. After that, I started walking my dog differently. Same park, different times, morning, late afternoon, early evening. I rotated the schedule. I told myself I was just getting more exercise. 3 weeks later, I come around the bend near the east entrance of the park, and there she is. Her dog immediately goes for mine. She looks up, recognizes me from church, and laughs like it's the most natural thing in the world. Do you live around here? She asked. Yeah, I said. Just a couple blocks that way. We walked for an hour, talked about everything, exchanged numbers in the parking lot, had dinner 4 days later. She has told our story 100 times since then. The church, the park, the dogs, the neighborhood, the universe, and every single time, I love her more for believing in it. I just can't be the one to tell her the universe had a little help.